this morning. We got a lot of rain, a couple of inches of rain, I think. I filled up all my water tanks. The sun's out now, so what I decided to do this morning, I'll show you. Because I've caught so much water, I've got plenty of washing water, so in my washing machine. That's pretty boring, you don't want to watch that. Yeah, the conditions look like there's a cyclone around now, so it's looking pretty dark and dreary. I had a fair bit of washing left over from the trip down to Melbourne, so I'll get that done, and it's a good drying day at the moment, so that'll all work all right. Anyway, yeah, what I did this morning, I've let out all my anchor chain, so I've got all my anchor chain on the bottom. The anchor hung on really well this morning. We got a couple of gusts that I reckon were up over 40, and the anchor did hold on all right. I was in bed at the time, but I sort of heard it coming, and felt that she did have a good bite on the bottom. So what I've done, I've let out all of my chain. That'll help that a bit. That's all I can do now. The only other thing I can do, if the anchor does start dragging, I can just motor up on it. I can start the motors and motor up. What's the barometer doing? Oh, unbelievable. The barometer's actually risen a bit from yesterday. So it's up over 1,000 hectopascals now. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'll reset that and we'll have a look at it. It might start dropping again pretty soon. Anyway, I've had a look at all the forecasts this morning. It looks like it's slowed down a bit, and that'll probably help it intensify. So it might be a bit stronger when it gets here, but it's not due to cross until a lot later today, early tomorrow morning now. So yeah, still the forecast track is between here and the Sunshine Coast. So one of the tracks puts it right over the top here, which could be interesting, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, calm and sunny in Snapper Creek, Tincam. Good on you, Bevan. I'm glad it's good for you there. Gold Coast City Marina, 27 knots at 7 a.m. East Coast sailing. Okay, Brian Moss, glad you're okay, Norm. Thanks, Brian. Look, I think I'll be all right. How you going, Paul? How are you? The phone call always comes in when you really don't want it. But that was my daughter ringing to make sure I was okay. Yeah, look, I'll be all right here. I'm sure we'll get through this. Just depends how much you got to do, whether I got to motor up on the anchor. How you going, Ruthie? Nice in your poon. Well, probably be better if I was up there. That's Ruth from Fusion Tenders. Give you a plug, Ruthie. Anyway, look, that's what's going on. I'll do another update at 10 o'clock. So I'll do them every couple of hours now, and we'll just see how bad it gets by the end of the day. Yeah, glad you're watching, guys. Look, I'm going to be all right. It's just, as I said, it depends how much time we've got to spend up motoring up on the anchor chain if the anchor doesn't hold. But look, I think it'll hang on all right. It seems to have a pretty good bite on the bottom. I use a Sarker anchor. It's I can't remember the size of it now, but it's about 25 kilos, I think. And longer you put enough chain out, they get a bite in the mud and they just keep going down, I reckon. So you just keep pulling on them, they keep going down in the mud. So hopefully that's going to hang on, and I hope everyone else out there hangs on as well. So I know there was one guy, I was listening on the radio, there's a guy out on the coast, he was going to come in across the Seaway Bar, and they talked him out of doing that, which would have been tragic. And he's somewhere up near Double Island Point now, so I don't know what he's doing out there, to be honest. I've known this is coming for, well, it was last Tuesday week that I booked my plane ticket to come back up. So I've known about this for quite some time. I don't know why anyone would be out at sea in this, but anyway, the way it is, there's always one. Okay, okay, Paul, yep, 15 knots in the Clarence River. Yeah, okay, you had much rain down there, Paul? I'm just wondering, that river might flood I think we might have had about 1.5 inches, 2 inches this morning. It was quite heavy. But yeah, you've got to expect that, I guess. Sunny now, unbelievable. Anyway, dudes, I'll see you in a couple of hours. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. All good here so far.